You're listening to Scheduling Sin with me, Snowmill.
Cuckolding is a very psychological kink.
Yeah. Yep. And I am excited that Mr. Snow is now cucky as fuck. I love it. I love it.
Cucky as fuck. Just add another. Well, hello, Mrs. Snow. How are you?
Well, hi, Mr. Snow. I'm good. I'm really good, actually.
Yeah, same here. I am so excited for today's episode.
I know. Me too. We've been having a lot of conversations about this very topic, and so to actually have a guest to talk more in depth about definitions and what it means, and you know, you learning who your true self is.
So we've always seen ourselves as a hotwife couple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we like other things. We like full swaps and same room, and we like solo play. Like, we like other dynamics too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you would agree that hotwifing has been kind of our bread and butter, so to speak, kind of our main
It's been
dynamic.
my bread and butter.
So in the process of hotwifing and exploring hotwifing from the very beginning, I always really shied away from the word
Cuckold.
because I always reacted to that word negatively.
Right.
And I always felt like it was insulting and derogatory, which quite frankly is how I think a lot of people mean it. But
it means so much more than that.
It does. And today's conversation is all about what is cuckolding and what is that dynamic from people who are unapologetically cucks.
Yeah.
So today we have Hubs and Hopeful.
Yes.
From the Cuck My Life podcast. Let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, and let's learn more about what your true dynamic is, Mr. Snow.
My name is Hopeful.
Hi, Hopeful. Thanks for coming.
I am joined by my very dear friend, Hubs to Hotwife.
Hello.
We are two of the members of the Cuck My Life podcast. We are, without question and without shame, cucks.
Okay.
That's who we are. And we have our own podcast called Cuck My Life that is designed to create deeper and more intellectual conversations around cuckolding.
Okay.
We all know that cuck in current parlance is a derogatory term, something hurled at people who are weak or small or uncomplicated. And we are trying desperately through our podcast to normalize conversations around cuckolding, because none of us, certainly the four men on our podcast, none of us are weak.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
I would think that would be the case. I think to be in that setting you have to be that comfortable in yourself. You have to be that comfortable with your relationship.
Yeah.
Well, to be in a situation where your partner is free to do whatever she wants sexually while you are not,
right, is
a level of strength that most people will never reach.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So I agree with you in the sense that a lot of people aren't going to get there, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a lot of the reason for that people aren't going to get there is all of the fear that they carry with them.
100%.
And I guess the question I have for you in that is, what do you feel like it took for you to get there, to get to that point where you were comfortable in that space?
Hubs, did it take something for you?
Yeah, it did. I mean, in a sense. Okay, let me back up just a second. I'm going to say this first. Looking back on my life, I realize now, with the clarity and the experience that I have, that I've been a cuck my entire adult life. And when I say adult life, I mean from the time my hormones kicked in and I began to have interest in sexual things. From that point forward, that is what I have been. I did not always know that. I didn't until arguably only a handful of years ago even have the terminology to attach to it.
Okay.
But that was what I was because of the things that I identified with. Now, what I alluded to earlier, an event, so to speak, that made sort of the transition for me was the fact that after years and years, decades of marriage to my lovely wife, I developed a bad case of ED. And what I have found is that this kink in particular has allowed me to take what thousands and thousands upon men struggle with, that deficiency, and turn it into something that turns me on, that my wife and I can enjoy together. And we have reclaimed our sex life after 12 years of her having no penetrative sex and of me not having any kind of sex. And I mean, so there you have it in the Reader's Digest condensed version.
Okay.
So that's really interesting. And I love that, because that honestly, that turns a potentially bad situation into kind of a great new experience.
Yeah.
And that's incredible. Yep. So I guess when you say I've always been a cuck, for those who really don't have a good grip on this kink, what does that mean?
Yeah. What
does that mean to be a cuck?
Okay. So I'll frame it this way. And because I know you guys can relate to this. For me, and you said it earlier, Mr. Snow, that you enjoy your bride having good sex. Mm-hmm. You like to know that she's getting a great sexual experience. And that began way early for me. The things that I found as a young man before I was even married that turned me on were in letters to Penthouse, when guys would write in about their wives having an experience with someone else. Mm. And what it did for them and how it turned them on. And the reason I say you guys can identify with this is because compersion is what it's all about. Mm-hmm. And for people that may lack the awareness of what that term is or means, it's basically the opposite of jealousy. It's when you actually receive pleasure. I mean, for me, I've called it many times, it's joyful for me to either witness or to know that my wife is having an amazing sexual experience that's being provided by someone else. But the overriding feature, excuse me, is that compersion, that just overwhelming sense of joy and satisfaction that she's being taken care of and she's being satisfied. Mm-hmm. And that, as I said, I didn't have the terminology to attach to it when I was younger. And for the years that it still was a preferred kink of mine when we weren't practicing it, because we didn't begin to practice it until very late in life.
Right.
Even during all that time, that was the overriding thing. And that's why I say that it's always been present for me. And finally, I have a word for it. Finally, I have a community that supports me. And I know I'm not out there by myself. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it just is what I am.
Yeah. We've got you, brother.
I know you do, man.
Did your wife have the same interest? Or is that something that later on, you talk about you guys didn't start with this until later on in your marriage and in your relationship. Was it a component of your relationship and, dirty talk, fantasy, one thing or another, or was it something you introduced later on?
We tried to make it a component early on. And if I'm being fair, I'm sure I introduced the topic. When
it always works that way.
When we were young and only recently married in our 20s, still reading those letters to Penthouse, reading them with her in bed. And
back before Pornhub was on the phone.
Back before Pornhub. Yep. Back in the days when dating apps were, local magazines and the personal sections.
Send an email. You sent a letter and you got a response 6 months later.
Yeah. So that was at that stage of life. That was when we dipped our toe in this, and we just royally fucked it up, because what we have found now that we practice it in earnest and we kind of know what we're doing is it's awesome when you can make a friend from someone that you meet in the lifestyle. When we were in our 20s, we tried to take people who were already our friends and introduce them to it. And that was a fail from the jump.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it was just not, and it was quite disastrous. We ruined some very good relationships with people in our zest to want to push that forward a little bit. But yeah, I mean, at that point, my wife did have some interest. Now, what happened was that experience, like I said, we fucked it up, and it damaged her. It broke her because of those relationships that were interrupted and lost. And she said, never again.
Yeah.
And she meant it. And I honored that for many, many years, although I would continually bring it back up from time to time just to see if the temperature had changed. But yeah, and I can get into later on what changed all that for us a few years back. But yeah, I'll let somebody else talk for a while.
Hopeful, what about you? What's been your experience with this journey?
So my wife and I, when we first got together, we developed our relationship based on me as the dominant and her as a submissive, which was strictly on the patriarchy scale, which is men, women. We all understand the patriarchy, right? On some level. And that was never how I felt about it. I had just come out of a relationship where I was 100% dominant, and but it was not a good relationship. And I tried to bring that into my relationship with my wife. And after, I don't know, a year and a half together, 2 years together, when our relationship was struggling sexually, I came to her and I said, we have to have a conversation about where we are, because we're not connecting the way we need to connect to have a significant relationship. And here we are married and in our own home, and I want to have a good relationship with you. And she said, well, what do you need? And I said, I need to have a conversation with you about frequency, number one, because she wasn't enjoying our sexual liaisons, so she was not eager to engage in them. And I said, so what is it how can we make this better? Because what I think I need is for you to be on top. We had a night where we played a game, and the game was flip things over, and she was on top, and she put me at her feet, and she was dominant with me. I was like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And the next time we went to have sex, I was like, we should play that game again.
Right.
And she said, let me guess, but you want to be on top. And I was like, actually,
yeah,
I would prefer it if you were.
Right.
And that led to our conversation about me saying, I don't care if we have sex a lot, but could you do me a favor? Could you, like, once in a while, could you just put your feet in my face while I masturbate? And she was like, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. And I was like, this is who I am. Like, I want to be your cuckold. And it was hard to say that. It was really complicated. And that was not, it's not like I came out to her in the first 5 minutes and I was like, hey man, while we're having this conversation, just so you know, I'm a cuck. What happened was several days of conversation over time. I was like, this is who I think I am. And I would really like it if you slept with other men while I watched or heard about it or whatever. And that kickstarted our sexual relationship in a way that is hard to explain.
How did she react to that initial request?
So she's always been a dominant person. For her, it was an acceptance of the role that she has always been in. And it allowed her to say, okay, this is who I am. This is who you are. And my wife and I, we are much more in a BDSM relationship, a DS relationship than a cuckold relationship for a lot of reasons. She's dealt with health issues. She's had issues with her 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 humanity that has made it difficult for her to sleep with other people.
Mhm.
But we have developed that DS relationship where she is 100% a top and I am 100% a bottom. And it has been so cathartic for both of us, I think, to be able to express ourselves exactly how we are.
So it sounds like there's a lot of overlap, because, when we talk about our dynamic a lot, but it sounds like there's a lot of overlap related to cuckold and submissive, right? And being more submissive to your partner or wanting to
I think
serve
they're
your partner.
exactly the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do you find that this sexual, I'm going to call it a sexual revelation between you two?
100%.
Do you find that transcends the bedroom and affects your relationship in a vanilla sense on the day to day?
Without a question.
Yeah.
We live in a relationship style where 24/7 she's the boss and I'm the employee.
Yeah.
She's in charge and she's the dominant, I'm the submissive.
You know what's
Now,
funny is I feel like it's opposite for us in our day-to-day life. That's interesting.
Explain.
Well, so I feel like, and I have a lot of theories about this, but like, I feel like in our vanilla life, he very much is the dominant, he's kind of and I'm going to use I don't really want to use this phrase, but the patriarch, right? I mean, I think he's kind of the man of the house. I mean, it's a partnership, I defer to him a lot, right? And in making decisions and having certain conversations. And I kind of let him lead because that's his personality. And I think that's just our dynamic, generally speaking. But sexually, it is very much the opposite.
It is.
And he is all about serving me. And I think generally for me personally, in my just personality, I tend to be very selfless and I tend to be all about everybody else, right? That's very much my personality. But sexually, it is the opposite. Like I tend to be the most selfish, it's all about me. And I feed off of that. And I think because I'm like that in an everyday world, it's kind of the escape, right? It's something that I defer to because it's more fun and I'm allowed to just kind of dominate and do all the things that I maybe would love to do in real life. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
Totally.
that makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
Right. So I work in a profession where I have to make 1 million decisions a day.
Sure.
Right. Where I'm in charge of literally hundreds of people.
Right.
Okay. And then I come home and I defer to everything that she wants.
Yeah.
She's 100% in charge. I don't have to make a single fucking decision in my life outside of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And that, and not in a way where if she was like, you're going to do this. And I was 100% against that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, hey, seriously, dude, like what's up?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are best friends. We have significant communication based on our understanding of who we both are.
Absolutely. And I think we are in the same boat in that sense. I mean, it's 100% a partnership. Oh, absolutely.
It's joyful to allow her to make those decisions.
Yeah.
But I think it's important though. I think a lot of people have this idea, and maybe they get it from porn or they get it from wherever they get it, that like what you're describing, for example, is that essentially you are her slave. Like you will do literally anything she ever says, and you kind of subvert your entire personhood to her. And that's really not the case. Like you are.
Oh, it's bullshit.
It's not that you are in any way giving up yourself. It, like you just said, if she said something that you didn't agree with, you would still ask about it. You would still say, well, you really, you want to do that? It's not, I feel like some people think this idea that it's whips and chains 24 hours a day.
God, I could only hope. Realistically,
all right, fair enough.
Realistically, we have a very reasonable relationship. We have the same relationship as any other married couple.
Yeah.
In the end, what it boils down to in our FLR, female-led relationship, is that the final decisions are generally made by her. They are not made by her without input.
Yeah.
And I certainly have my boundaries.
Oh, sure.
We have our idea of what is supposed to happen. And then if it's going to go outside of those norms, we have deep conversations about it.
You're still a partnership.
You're still a partnership. I mean, you still have a relationship that's not, I mean,
we have a 50-50 relationship where she and I make decisions together, but she's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I understand exactly what you're saying.
The best way I can explain it is we have a 1950s relationship where she's the dude and I'm the chick.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, but guys, I'm in any kind of a situation, and this is throughout the lifestyle, no matter what flavor you choose. If there's any kind of a power dynamic at play, consent is part of the equation.
Absolutely.
And consent can be given, and it can also be withdrawn.
Yes.
And I mean, so it's a fluid situation, and no, it would be crazy to think that we all, lock into something and never speak of it again. Here's the rules, follow them or else. I mean, that's just not how real life works.
Right.
One thing that I want to bring up, and when we first started into playing with another male, our first ever experience was a threesome with another guy. And I happened to be bisexual, but that was not what was going on here. This other guy was straight. And we really didn't plan this in the sense that we knew specifically what it is we were going to do. But
that's true in a lot of ways.
We went out to dinner. We had a great time, drinks, and we ended up going to a hotel. And that was our first experience with another person. And it was great. But leading up to it, I had said, again, this was like my idea. So it's not as though I was being defensive per se, but I was adamant in the beginning. I said, look, I'm really interested in you playing with other guys, but I'm not a cuck. And what I meant by that at the time, and this is kind of why I want to get into terms just a little bit, is I didn't want to be degraded. That wasn't something that I was looking for. I know that for some people, the kind of humiliation, degradation aspect is part of what they enjoy.
Love it.
But it wasn't what I liked. And I don't want to be insulted. I don't want to be told I'm not enough. I don't want any of that. I want for her to have incredible experiences, and I would like to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't want the attitude of it to be that I need someone better than me to come do something I can't, So
then let's be clear. You should not have those experiences where she treats you poorly.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. But my question is,
you don't want to be humiliated. She should not humiliate you.
Right.
And if she loves you, she won't do it.
Oh,
yeah. 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you this. My wife would prefer not to humiliate me. It's not something that's in her wheelhouse. It's not something that she grew up thinking, I can't wait to have my pathetic cuck husband that I'm going to tell him his penis is too small.
Yeah.
But when I approached her, I was like, you know what would really turn me on? Right? So your wife is going to tell you that she's having a wonderful experience and that she loves you, and she's not going to denigrate you whatsoever.
Right.
Because she loves you. My wife is going to have those experiences and tell me how inadequate I am because that's what turns me on.
Right.
She's going to tell me those things because she loves me.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah. And everyone's, I think, looking for different things, right? And again, that's that communication and what you want and don't want and what turns you on and what doesn't turn you on, right? I mean,
and being denigrated doesn't make you a cuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was getting at with this is there's Hotwife, there's Stag, Vixen, there's Cuckold. Do you find those terms to be different shades of the same thing, or do you find them to be separate lanes?
We have had several amazing Hotwives on our show who have told us the same thing. Stag's a cuck.
Yeah.
Right. So they without trying to discourage anybody's masculinity, everybody thinks that they're this thing or that thing. I'm a stag because I choose who my wife fucks. I'm this because blah blah blah. I'm this because blah blah blah. None of it is relevant. Okay, who you think you are is exactly who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never going to argue. You tell me you're a stag, you're a stag. You tell me
That's right.
you're gay,
Yeah.
you're gay. You tell
Right,
me you're
right.
bi, you're bi. None of my business who you are.
But what that actually looks like for you. Right. I understand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need these monikers to decide to just so we can differentiate who is and who isn't,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. But in the end, if your wife is fucking somebody else while you're there or not there, you are a cuck by definition.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
By
I get that.
definition.
You know, the lifestyle is so hung up on terms. I mean, there are,
Yeah.
there's a term for literally everything in the
Well,
lifestyle.
we're trying
And
to figure out
it-
trying to figure out who each other are so we can decide whether we're going to move forward with each other.
well, yeah,
Those terms make sense on some level, but in the end,
Yeah.
they are differentiations
Mhm.
about nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I can
yes,
appreciate that.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me at the time when I first said that, the cuck definition to me, and I think to a lot of people who are kind of uninitiated in this particular kink, the cuck thing, they immediately go to the humiliation, denigration headspace.
Love it.
I know you do. but I think it's important for people to understand that you can be one without being the other. Like they're not the same
100%.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, so Mr. Snow,
Yeah.
do you like to be humiliated?
No.
Mrs. Snow, do you sleep with other men?
I do.
You're a cuck.
What is she?
That is she. You are a cuck, and there's no shame in that, and you don't have to accept that label,
Sure.
right? You get to decide who you are, and what I think of you or who I think you are is irrelevant.
Oh, absolutely. No, I completely understand. Would you say I sleep with other women occasionally? So would you say that
Amazing.
Mrs. Snow is also a cuck?
So
Or would you call it a cuck queen?
one of the four of our little podcast is Poor Boy. I love Poor Boy. One of my favorite people in the whole wide world. He is cucky as fuck.
Cucky as fuck.
Also gets to sleep with other women.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right? So whether you get to sleep with other women or not is irrelevant to the definition of cuck,
Okay.
which is your wife sleeps with other men.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think is interesting in this particular space.
I feel like Jesus isn't like every man in the lifestyle a cuck.
well,
Jesus.
basically, yes.
Like, I
and this
mean,
is,
like
this is where
that's
I'm
the
going.
definition.
This is where I'm going with
Aussie
this.
brought up in one of our most recent episodes, Aussie brought up the idea that cuckold isn't even really the right term.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
term is whittol, WITTOL, which is a man who likes it when his wife sleeps with other people.
Right. A cuck by definition doesn't really, isn't aware that that's actually happening
Mm.
But
in
Okay.
the strictly technical
in
sense.
2025, cuckolding is one of those terms we've taken back.
Sure.
Like the B word, like the N word, like whatever word you choose, like cuckolds are taking the word back. And we are, for lack of another term, proud
Mhm.
of who we are.
Yeah.
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 I'm thrilled that I'm strong enough to allow my wife to enjoy these sexual adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm strong enough that she's going to come back to me
Right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, if that were not the case, none of us would be sitting here talking about this.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the thing is, and we talk about this in our relationship all the time. This whole experience into the lifestyle for us, and I think for probably, I would hope, a lot of people that are in this lifestyle, is it's additive, right? Like this is not substituting anything in our relationship. This is not fixing anything in our relationship. This is very much gravy. You know what I mean? Like it's more, it's extra.
It's the sprinkles.
It's the sprinkles, and it's fucking amazing because I don't want, for me, and I think people that get into the poly world, I think it gets maybe a little more blurry, but I don't want the emotional connection I have with my husband with anybody else. Right? Like he is my person, my ride or die best friend. Right? Like I have a life with him, I have children with him, all the things. I don't want any of that with another person. Now, when it comes to just sex and fun and those kinds of things, that's a different story. But in my mind, it's not like, it's like comparing apples and oranges. It's not the same.
100%. And what you said is that you have a deep emotional relationship with your husband.
Right.
Like nobody else is going to talk to you about your car payment or how we're going to make the mortgage payment.
Sure. Right.
Like,
absolutely.
That guy who's banging you on Saturday night is not going to be like, did you make the electrical payment? Did you pay the electric company? Like they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Right. You have fun, like playing racquetball,
right,
or going golfing or joining a bowling league. Right. Instead of doing those things, you're having sex with other people. And in the end, right, your husband is never going to get the joy for you from going to your bowling league that he is from you having your gangbang.
Wow,
it is different.
That's a statement I never thought I would hear.
Honestly, I've never masturbated to your bowling league.
That's all I'm saying.
Do you find one of the things I wonder about with this, especially with people that are new to this space, there is, we talk about this all the time in the lifestyle, this idea of emotional risk. Okay. When we first had that experience with that other guy, our first ever experience, this other guy was, he had a bigger dick than me. And he was more athletic than I am. And he fucking blew your back out for like nice, 2 hours.
Good times.
And it was
good times.
It was fucking incredible. And I went through for the next couple days, this kind of like, I was happy. I was thrilled that you had this great experience. It was really hot to have watched it and to have been part of it. But there was also this kind of like, oh, fuck, she really liked that. And I can't give her that, and I kind of had to, for a couple of days, I had to kind of work through for myself, getting over that and just leaving the I'm happy for her part. And it was fun part. But there's risk there because if I hadn't been able to get over that, that could have become a real hang up.
Under those conversations that you were having in your brain, right? You're having with yourself. She had this and I can't provide her that. Did you spend any time thinking about the fact that you provide her with a stable lifestyle, your house, your children, your life? None of those things was that other guy able to provide.
Right.
He just had a bigger penis. Like,
and that he did, sir.
He made her come. You make her fulfilled, right? And I promise you, you are able to make her come. There's no question about it.
Oh, right? Yeah.
You might not be able to make her come with your penis the way he did, but I promise you, with your fingers and your tongue, you're just as talented.
Hey, you know what? I'm little, but I'm enthusiastic.
There you go. There you go. 100%.
Guys, we try harder.
Try harder.
No question about it.
But I think, but to your point, no. You asked us those things about the rest of our life, and the answer is no. I wasn't considering the value of any of that.
Well, the bigger picture, right? It was very, very like that specific interaction, right? Like it's hard to take a step back and look at the whole thing.
Bigger picture. He was thinking about the bigger penis.
Well,
for sure.
And so was I. And to be fair,
yeah, the girl.
But I could definitely see where somebody goes out and has an experience like this for their first time and is completely intimidated about it, doesn't want to talk about it, and never wants to do it again.
Well, it brings up all the insecurities, right? How can it not?
It's all fear.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
We all carry a certain amount of fear, and I think to really give yourself to this experience, you have to overcome a lot of fear.
Yeah.
I mean, can we
100%.
just agree that in life in general, when we decide to try new things that we have never done before, that it doesn't typically happen the way we thought it was going to happen? That we might have thought we had a really good idea of how it was going to go, but there are always surprises and revelations. And I mean, this is no different. And I don't know of anybody in the lifestyle that walked through that door for the very first time and it was just a party from the jump and it never stopped.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that I've met in the 6 or 7 years that we've been doing this that would say that that was the case. And I mean, it was certainly an adjustment, and you learn things about yourself. I mean, even though now I say I can look back and know who I was from early on, that was revealed to me in the last few years. And the way it was revealed to me was just like you, Mr. Snow, when you said you found experientially that you enjoyed knowing that Ms. Snow was having a good time and observing her having a good time. And that was something you learned about yourself. And that's exactly what happened to me. I mean, even though I now look back and know that that was pretty much always the case, experientially, we hadn't been really doing it. But once we started, it was just confirmed all over the place. But yeah, there's a lot of things about getting into this that I didn't expect and she didn't expect that turned out to be true. And we made course corrections.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to people about that all the time. I had a good friend who's a pilot, and when you're flying from A to B, you spend more time correcting your course than you do on course. And that's all part of it.
What would you say for someone who is maybe fantasizing about these things but hasn't engaged in them yet? How would you encourage someone to approach it? And what potholes would you tell them to look out for?
So that's an incredibly complicated conversation, right? So what we encourage on our show is, number one, you have to be honest with your partner. That's number one. And in order to be honest with your partner, you have to be incredibly vulnerable.
Yes.
Which is more complicated for most people than they're willing to deal with, right? If you want to be in this lifestyle, if you want to be a cuck or a stag or whatever the fuck, there's no way to do it without having that conversation with your partner. And the best way to do it is to be vulnerable, to allow yourself to be vulnerable with your partner. Say to her or him, in whatever relationship you're in, very specifically, this is who I think I am. This is what I think I want. And I'd like to explore it with you on whatever level you are able to, right? There's no easy way to get there. You're not going to be able to trick your partner into it. You're not going to be able to be like,
oh yeah,
hey, look at that. You're not going to be able to reach out to some BBC and be like, hey man, could you meet us at this bar? My wife is really interested.
Yeah.
You just have to pick her up. That's fucking bullshit.
It is.
Right.
It is. Yeah. We get those people that are like, how can I get my wife to do this? And I'm like, that's not,
and
you're asking the wrong question.
It's all about tricks and manipulation and stuff. And it never works.
You can't get your wife to do it. You have to talk to her about what she wants.
Right.
And what you want. And then see if she's willing to do it. You can't trick her into it.
Yeah.
Period.
Right? And you shouldn't try.
If you're tricking into it, it's fucking sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, you're opening a can of worms. That's just not okay. Yeah.
But the bottom line is vulnerability and conversation.
Well, and I think that's what we also say about the lifestyle, and people are asking about how do we explore this, and I think it very much has to be a we experience, not an I experience.
Yep.
Right. Like,
100%.
you know, it's, I think that's, you have to go in it with that mindset, because the minute you go into it with well, this is what I want, and there's no other conversation about what do you want or what do you want out of this. I mean, you're having the wrong conversations.
Hubs.
Yep.
Do me a favor. Explain to our friends what got you over the hump
Yeah. Yeah. And I alluded to this earlier. And as I said, when she said, no, we're not going to do this anymore because we screwed it up so badly years and years ago, I did respect that. Mm-hmm. However, it was a part of me. It was in my nature. And so I did keep bringing it up every now and then. And I'm not talking about every day, every week, every month, or even every year. I brought it up occasionally. And usually the conversations went about like they always had. It was just kind of off the table. But the thing that changed for me, because I had been really trying to approach it from the standpoint of how much I thought she would enjoy it, and hearkening back to when we dipped our toe in, until things went bad, they were pretty good, and she did enjoy it. It was a turn on for both of us. So I tried to advance the idea again by reminding her of that, and by suggesting that, if we just give it another go, it might turn out differently, and it might be great for you. And of course, recall now, I was stricken by ED, and we hadn't had anything for a long time. And I appealed to her on that basis. I'm like, you haven't had sex with anybody except your dildo, and not even that often with him. His name was Denzel, by the way.
What a great dildo name.
Yes. And that just wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't even recall exactly. I read an article somewhere. I wished I had saved it. Wish I could tell you what it was, but somebody posited that maybe your approach might be wrong, that maybe you should just try being straight up about what your desires are. We tell people all the time on our podcast, you're never going to get what you want if you don't tell her.
Right.
And so I just said, babe, I know we've talked about this so much, but I'm just wondering, because we don't have that many years ahead of us to really enjoy it if we wanted to, but would you consider doing this, just giving it a shot for me just one time? Because for me, I can tell you, it would answer a call of my heart that I've had for as long as we've known each other and before, to experience that one time. And if you hate it, I swear to God, I'll never bring it up again. And if you tell me no this time, I'll also never bring it up again, because there's no sense in putting that kind of pressure on someone that you love, and feeling like they have that hanging over their head. And if you were to ask her today, she would say, yeah, I did it to shut him up. And that's quite literally what it was, but it was because of love, like we talked about earlier, the things that we do for people because we know that would be something they would like. We do it because we love them. Mm-hmm. And she did it because she loves me.
That intense vulnerability.
Yeah.
Hubs. That intense vulnerability. Prostrating yourself in front of your partner and being like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is who I want. This is what I want, is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And this is not, I have this fantasy. I have this idea. This is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's no small thing. And Mr. Snow, the idea that you don't want to be denigrated, or you don't blah, 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 irrelevant. What matters is that you are honest with her that you do want.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What would turn you on? What does make you happy?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's honestly great advice in this space, and really almost any space in any relationship. I mean, being able to be open with your partner about the things it is that you want and are important to you in a genuine and honest way, unfortunately, is not, culturally, it's not our go-to. I feel like we're always trying to sell something to people. We're always trying to convince somebody who's our partner, whoever, that something's a good idea. We're trying to end up at the end result that we want, right? But this approach that you're describing is just so effective, frankly, and so useful because it's real. It's authentic.
It's authentic, right? I mean, if you can't, and the reality is if you cannot be that vulnerable and authentic with your partner, that in and of itself, I think there's some pieces to that, right? You probably shouldn't be engaging in other things like this because, and we've said it before, and I assume, any type of these dynamics and play and all that kind of stuff, it will find any and all fracture in your relationship and it will shine a big fucking light on it, right? 100%. It will magnify it.
We say regularly on our podcast that this relationship style will magnify your relationship.
Absolutely.
It will improve an amazing relationship and it will destroy a difficult relationship.
Right.
There's no way around it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because of that vulnerability. 100%. And when people are that vulnerable, they're more likely to get hurt, right? And so it's, absolutely. And damage can be done, and we don't want that. So
I have a question. For both of you guys, who finds the bulls? How do you
Boy,
find
that's a great question.
These guys?
You want a list? Do you have dick pics?
Man.
If you have references.
No, I think what you're alluding to is it's a universal challenge because it ain't easy. We just had the conversation the other night about the fact that after all this time, we're not sure we've ever had anybody that really fit the description, the definition of a bull in the context that we're looking for.
Okay.
And I mean, sure, there's tons of guys out there that want to fuck her, and there's quite a few that have, and nice guys, by the way.
Hubs between a guy who wants to fuck her and a lifestyle bull.
100%. It's a huge difference. And so, in answer to your question, I wish I knew the secret because we've just we enjoy what we do. We tailor it to best fit us. We try our best to communicate well with the third party, make them understand what it is we're looking for. But I wish I could tell you that somebody had really hit the mark. We've had a couple that have come close, but no, we haven't really.
But social media helps.
Yeah. Right. And you asked a very valid question, which I really haven't answered. What do we do? How do we find people? I mean, we're on a couple of apps.
Right.
Online, and we were on a bunch. We've narrowed it down to 2 now because it wasn't manageable. I mean, and in terms of who does the vetting, it's usually me. I narrow the field and until I get it to a point where I find somebody that I think fits the profile and she would find acceptable, or at least she'd want to pursue a conversation with, and then I bring her in on that. And I'm sure there's lots of folks that do it the same way, and I'm sure there's others that the woman takes a bigger role, but that's the way we've done it.
Yeah. Single males, man. Whew.
Fakes and flakes are the
fakes and flakes. It's okay. Yeah.
The sexually adventurous couple's lifestyle. Right. You are going to deal with them regardless of how you pursue this relationship style. You're going to deal with fakes and flakes, and there's no way around it. And you cannot let those fakes and flakes dictate whether or not you're going to be in the lifestyle.
That's right.
We've had a couple single guys on our podcast, and we've talked a lot about our experiences, good, bad, and ugly. But we've actually had some single guys on our podcast and talked about it from their perspective, right? Like, and really trying to help bridge some of that gap, because it is incredible. And I feel like we do a segment on our show about like the lines that we get sent, and it's pretty impressive.
Well, it's a two-way street. Unfortunately, the reputation that single males have is entirely earned by the vast majority of single males. Yeah. I mean, that's just a fact.
100%.
The thing about that, though, that I think is worth recognizing is that consequently, couples have a tendency to treat single males like dirt. And for good single males, oh my gosh, they have an uphill hill, because they now have to cut through all the noise and all the historical trauma from all these other useless single males and they have a lot of work to do in presenting themselves in a way that's going to be different. And
I think you're approaching single males in with no disrespect from a swinger point of view.
Okay.
Right. Because in the cuck world, single males are prized, welcome. They just have to be real. They have to say who they are, and they have to be honest about what their attributes are. And they're welcomed in every way possible. In the swinger community, single males are in every way, they are ignored or left to the side or treated as if they're every single male.
Yeah, that's very much true. They're treated
true.
They're treated effectively as a nuisance, at least in the beginning.
Well, and I think in swinger world,
regardless of who they are, they're treated like the worst of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Well, in swinger world, there are a lot of people that are in this lifestyle that don't engage with single individuals at all.
100%.
Right, and they're more about couples and swapping. I think whereas I think in the cuckold world, they're, like you said, they're kind of a key player, right? And that's it's very different as opposed. That makes sense.
We came from the swinger world when we started, and think about parties, think about hotel takeovers. How often do you see single males are not welcome?
Oh yeah,
or if they are, there's like 5 of them and they've been vetted and threatened.
Yeah. So they do have an uphill climb.
That's very much the case. One question I have for you is, what expectations do you have of single males, bulls, and so forth as it relates to their interaction or contact with you?
That's a good question. Well, and it's interesting that you bring it up because I've been engaging with a few more guys online lately and trying to get from them where they're coming from and where their what headspace they're in. And I've asked a couple of guys, what's your MO? What are your feelings about engaging with the husband? And I have had a couple of them come back to me and say, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
And and I have to explain, and I broke it. I try to put the cookies on the bottom shelf for him. I'm like, do you want the husband to even be there?
Right.
Do you have an objection to him being there? If he is there, are you going to talk to him? And what does that look like?
Right.
What are your expectations if he's present? Do you think he should sit in the cuck chair and not say a word? Or, is he free to engage with his wife as far as you're concerned? Let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing, even on one of the platforms where you would expect and I'll just say it, it's FetLife. The reason we have a membership there is because there tend to be more of the type of male third partners that we're looking for. But even in that forum, there are guys that just don't have a fat clue.
Oh, sure.
Raven from a clue from shore. But let's just agree that in general, what we want is a third who will, number one, and more importantly than anything else, respect our partner.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And what her needs are and what she needs, how she looks at it. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, I will tell you this, I am my wife's favorite person. Mm-hmm. If you are disrespectful to me in any way, shape, or form, she's going to become immediately disinterested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? So as a third, if you want to be a good third in this relationship style, number one, you have to be sexually capable. Mm-hmm. Number two, you have to be the kind of person who can interact with a woman who has a primary partner.
Yeah.
In a way that makes her and her primary partner
feel comfortable. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yep.
Which means having conversations with her primary partner that they don't have to be sexual. They can be just, we get along. I agree. I appreciate you. I agree with you. I respect you. Mm-hmm. As much as cucks like me appreciate being sexually humiliated, we don't want to be realistically and humanity-wise humiliated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That is
you're
a
setting
huge
a scene.
distinction.
Oh, absolutely. You're setting a scene.
It is.
My wife and I are 100% 50-50 partners in everything that we do.
Yep.
She treats me like shit in the bedroom, and I love it. That doesn't mean that we're not partners.
Right.
That's a game that we play at times.
Right.
And to extrapolate a little bit on what Hopeful said in terms of what it is we're looking for, what we're trying to get these guys to understand. And this is a big ask. And if I'm being completely honest, it may be part of the reason that we don't seem to find exactly what it is we hope to find. If you as the third partner don't have the emotional intelligence to understand that this is a very nuanced lifestyle, that in order for the three of us to be successful, there have to be conversations. There have to be understandings and agreements. And if you're just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, nice to meet you guys, I mean, it might be fun for a few minutes, but it certainly is not rewarding in the sense that we hope to find it to be.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. We constantly run into single males who cannot wait for me to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Because they could give a shit less about me and they're only interested in her. What a lot of folks don't understand, to your point about the nuance, and it's an extraordinarily good point, because when a single male, a third partner, is joining the group, you're really joining both people.
Right.
I mean, you might be having sex with one of them, okay, but you are providing an experience to both of them.
That's right.
And hopefully getting one for yourself, but you are giving something to both people.
And a good bull truly understands that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And also understands that can take many forms.
They appreciate the husband who allows them. And let me be clear, I don't allow my wife to do anything. She chooses what she wants to do, and I accept.
Yeah.
She's her own person. But for that other human, right, I always have the power of no. So realistically, whatever he wants is subject to whether I allow it or not.
Well, and maybe I know what you mean by that, and maybe welcome is a better term than allow, right? I mean, it's
100%. Allow sucks.
Sure.
What I'm saying is that if you're going to come into our lives, right, it's more than just whether or not you can please her. It's whether or not she is happy with the way you treat me.
Yeah. No, I get that. I totally get that. Because part of what I enjoy.
She decides.
Yeah.
But how you treat me helps her decide.
Right. And part of what I enjoy is, part showing off for him, right? But also watching the two of you engage, like you're both enjoying me, right? You know what I mean? Like that's pretty hot. Like
that's a good time.
I mean, it is a good time. And it's, we talk about Vixen, right? But I think part of what I get out of that experience is absolutely just the idea that I have these two men that are just foaming at the mouth, right? But also,
just you saying that gave me a semi.
You're welcome.
Slower.
Say it slower.
Thank you.
But also, I think it is just incredible to be that sexually empowered to see these men want me, but also know that my husband is like all about me engaging in this, like that. All of those layers and all of those dynamics are just. That's what I really enjoy about it.
You know what you said? You played with that single guy that we talked about in a recent episode. And when we were talking about that again, the other weekend in the car, when we were going up to meet he and his wife to hang out for the day, you were describing how that was our first experience with you doing solo play.
Completely a separate. Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was at home and I was like pulling my hair out because I knew all this was going on. And I could hardly like pour a glass. I was like so distracted. But anyway, you were describing to me that like once I got naked, I was just a vixen.
Yeah.
And you almost said, I surprised myself.
I did.
And I was so confident and I just owned the situation. And the thing about that, when you were describing that to me, that was ridiculously hot, but I was also so fucking proud of you. I could hardly stand it.
Yeah.
Like I was so excited. I was so excited.
Fuck.
Cuck as fuck. That's fine. I'll take it. All right. I think I've been knighted by hopeful,
and there's no shame in that.
No. I was just so damn happy for you because you had gotten to experience that.
Yeah. But what's also amazing is like...
Wait. You weren't just happy for her. You were happy for both of you. You were happy for all three of you.
Yeah.
That was an experience for you as well. You got to sit at home and be angsty, be uptight. Every moment of your life was heightened.
Yes.
Because she was doing what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came back to you.
Yeah.
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 And we had incredible sex when you got home.
Of course.
It is irrelevant what she did while she was away. What mattered was you were engaged. She was engaged.
Yeah.
And then when she came home, you were both incredibly engaged. That is why this lifestyle is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so thrilled for you that you had that experience.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm so grateful to you guys for this conversation. I know we've run a little over longer than we had planned, but I'm so grateful to have you both with us and to have had this conversation. I think the thing that I'm most excited about, one of the things we really love the opportunity to do in our podcast and everything else is to share the reality of things with people and kind of bust some myths, right?
Yeah.
And
That's who we are.
And to kind of shine a light on something that maybe it's not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I'm most excited about in this conversation that we've had about cuckolding, and everybody has their perception of cuckolding if they've never been part of it, is that all three people are participants in this,
Mm-hmm.
and that no one, including the cuck, is any less.
Right.
Humiliation
100%.
or anything, however
That's
you
right.
choose to play it is irrelevant. You're not any less.
Your wife is coming back to you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what.
Yep.
My wife is coming back to me no matter what. And Hub's wife is coming back to him no matter what. He's not Hub's by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Hub's by her choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cuckolding is a walk on the wild side in a million different ways. But in the end, it is just a way to become closer with your partner.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. It's so funny how, you would think like on paper and in a very uneducated way that like you engaging with sexual activity with other people would drive a wedge. But if anything, it is absolutely the exact opposite. And if it's done in this way, in the healthiest way possible, it drives you so much closer, and we joke about that all the time. Like, well, we thought we had good sex when we first got married. We thought we were close then. The layers of where we are now are just mountains further than where we were.
Because you have to create a communication schedule around these incredibly diverse experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to work through them together. If you can talk about how his penis felt in your vagina, it makes a whole lot of other conversations easier. Like, where are we going to go for breakfast? Yeah, we can have that conversation because
You're laughing because we've had this exact conversation.
Exact same conversation, but you feel like God damn, are you at our house?
We say it all the time. We're like, we are way the fuck down the road.
We are way the fuck down the road. Like we are way the fuck down the road. The things that we talk, yeah, absolutely.
But what all this does is it points to this idea. Like, I thought sex was just fucking.
Oh yeah,
And we've figured out through all of this, through the lifestyle, through all these experiences, that the fucking is like 10% of sex.
Yeah.
90% of sex happens outside of that.
The biggest sexual organ is your brain.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that is for everybody. And cuckolding is a very psychological kink.
Yeah. Yep.
Very much so.
Cucky as
And
fuck.
it takes, and let's just be clear, it takes an elevated IQ EQ and IQ, to be able to do this.
I think you're right about that.
I think you are, yeah.
I think you're very right about that.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Please.
Mr. Snow has started to explore cock cages. And this has been really fun. And so I just...
Let me
Are you
just
wearing
tell
it
you
now?
this.
Did you put it on for this?
I didn't, but I thought about it.
Let me just tell you this, Mrs. Snow.
Yeah.
The fact that you think he likes it means he likes it, number one. Number two, good luck. You're going to have a great time with this. This is fucking amazing.
You know, again,
chastity is incredible.
Yeah, I think, well, the part I think that I have enjoyed is it's just so fucking fun to play with him. It's so fun to cut, and torture is maybe a strong word because I'm not torturing him and physically.
No, it's a perfect word.
But it's fun to fuck with him.
Torturing,
and just
100%.
and just playing with the key and
Mr. Snow, what's the longest you've gone in a cage?
3 days.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, that's
not
a good start.
That you got Poe beat by a mile.
By 2 days and 17 hours.
Here's the thing with the cage, right? And this is no small thing. The longer you wear it, the larger its effects.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a thing about wearing the cage. The longer you wear it, the more engaging it becomes. Right? The longer he wears it, the more likely he is to be more attentive to you.
Oh my God, he is on me already like white on rice. And let me tell you something, when he's in that cage, I have to fucking beat him off with a stick.
Well, as long as you're beating him off, that's
right. Right. I think he enjoys the edging of it, I think.
I do. The denial aspect of it is really fun.
I got to tell you, brother, you remember how on pins and needles you were when she was out by herself? Before, put that sucker on and let her go out by herself. It takes the game to a whole new level. And when she comes home and then decides whether or not she's going to take you out, I mean, dude, welcome to the party.
I think you're hard just thinking about that, aren't you?
I'm not hard.
Well, listen, if you're wearing a cage, you will not be hard.
That's true. Right. Put the cage on.
Or you'll be less hard.
You know, I have 3 of them, and I've gone through, it's quite an expensive endeavor to get into it.
100%.
Because for me, as a newbie, I mean, I kind of tried to follow some of the guidelines on measurements and stuff, but the first 2 that I got don't really fit very well and whatever. The one that I have that kind of works for me, I'm kind of sore after 3 days and not really in a way that I want to keep doing it. That's
not good. So our recommendation is Kink 3D.
Yeah. I've heard that on your show.
We've worked, now they don't advertise with us. We don't take any money from them, but KD, who runs Kink 3D, is a wonderful person. And they have a myriad of connections that you can put up. So you choose the sheath, you choose the ring.
Yeah.
They've taken fitment to a whole new level.
Okay.
And the best thing you can do is measure carefully. They have a measurement guide on their website. Mature Metal has a measurement ring set that they'll send you for a reasonable amount of money.
Okay.
It used to be like $25. It might be $50 now. And you can put that around your penis and decide what the right ring size is for you.
Yeah, okay.
That base ring is the most important thing. And the sheath should always be smaller than you think it is because...
Yep, I've discovered that.
So you're saying I can't get this for him under the Christmas tree because he has to...
It's tough. Yeah.
What we're saying is what you have to find is that cage that's comfortable enough for you to wear long term.
Yeah.
Right. And what long term is that matters. That's decided by you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean not you. I mean her.
Thanks for that distinction.
And then figure out what other things to use to help it be easier long term, like for things for lubrication and to prevent chafing. And
I use Aquaphor. I wrap it around that ring on a regular basis, you have to use something.
Yeah,
And
that's
not
been
a-
my
not a-
trouble.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
Aquaphor or a Vaseline it's an oil-based thing. The water-based lubes, they disappear too quickly.
Yeah.
What you're looking for is something that they put on babies' butts.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I tried silicone lube because
Nope.
it would last longer, but
Mhm.
Listen, go to
it's kind of
CVS
messy.
and buy a tub of Aquaphor
Yeah, yeah.
and rub it around that ring on a daily basis.
Okay.
And then
And
your
that
balls
will
will be
make it-
nice and soft and
Very conditioning.
very conditioning. Yeah.
Well, what I always find, okay, since we're getting into this, what I always find is that after I've worn it for a day or 2 or 3, then the ring has slid for like way down. Most of my scrotum is out the back of it. My balls are in there like just tight as you can possibly imagine. And then I'm like pulling the skin to like try to get it to come back through the ring some.
Mm.
And then after I've done that a handful of times, now my scrotum hurts like it's burning now. And after a while, it's not really that fun anymore.
It doesn't sound like fun at all. Try that Aquaphor.
Yeah.
And try a cage that fits a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
snugger can be better.
Reach out to Kink 3D, tell them we sent you,
Yeah.
and they will help.
Okay.
They will help you with measurements. You can reach out to them, send them your dick pic.
Okay.
They'll hook you up.
They're the only ones who want one.
They're the only ones who
Unsolicited.
want one.
They'll take an unsolicited one, no problem.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been fun. We were playing with it probably a week or 2 ago. And it's just fun to fuck with him. And it's fun to watch him just
Oh, there is so much fun to be had. I can tell by your attitude. You have a twinkle in your eye right now.
Oh, she's trouble.
me or him.
I will
You.
say this, that my wife and I, we engaged in October. It started in September. I wore my cage for 34 days in a row,
Wow.
24/7. She took it off me on October 25th. And when we finished what we were doing on October 25th, I said, "Do you want me to put it back on?" And she said, "No." And I was disappointed.
You know what's really funny? You say that because I had that exact same experience on 3 days.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because you don't want to wear it, but you also don't want to be out of it. It's fucked up.
it is. It's fucked
the
up.
psychology of it is
But in the most
insane.
fun way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's fascinating. And Hubs and I both have friends who have been locked up 24/7 for literally years.
Really?
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. All right,
mean,
get the
other
cage
than-
on, bitch.
And
Yeah.
this is the thing, right? You get to decide,
Yeah.
right? What that caging looks like for you, whether it's 24/7, whether it's 24/7, 365, whether it's 24/7, 31, whatever that looks like,
Yeah.
you get to take it out whenever you want, Mrs. Snow,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? The idea is that denial,
Yeah.
that physical presence, that's you holding his penis 24/7 until you let it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
You're
reason
so
why I
excited
was
right now. I can
uptight,
see it.
the reason why I was upset that my wife didn't want me to put it back on was because for the last 34 days, whether we saw each other or not,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
her hand was on
Yes.
my penis.
Yeah.
Yes. I understand exactly what you're saying.
And that was no small thing for me.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. You're the look on your face. You are so excited right now.
just for the sake of the uninitiated, when we say 24/7, I hope you know, there's times when you take it off
Or you
to
have to shave and-
practice
and clean.
to practice hygiene.
Yes, you have to
Yeah.
shave and clean.
Yeah.
You have to take it off once in a while and wash it out
Yeah.
because it smells like piss forever.
Little life hack. There you go.
Oh, the dark underbelly of the cage.
This has
So-
been joyful, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for
It was
your
a
time.
blast.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of fun, and
I am excited that Mr. Snow is now cucky as fuck. I love it. I love it.
cocky as fuck. Just add another thing to my fucked up LinkedIn page.
What are you gonna do?
Tell us a little bit about your podcast. Where can we find it? How do we subscribe to it?
Our podcast is called Cuck My Life, right? It's not Fuck My Life, it's Cuck My Life. And wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, you name it. If you just search for Cuck My Life, our email address is cuckmylifepod.com. Our
The web address.
Cuckmylifepod at gmail. Cuckmylifepod.com is our Ko-fi and where we sell our merch.
Ooh, there's
And
merch.
on Twitter, you can find us at cuckmylifepod. We try to drop an episode every week. We're on a little hiatus right now. But what our goal is to normalize conversations around cuckolding. We have interviews with exceptional cuckoldresses. We have interviews with interesting cucks. We have interviews with amazing people on amazing levels. And then sometimes the four of us just get together and bullshit about whatever topic we're interested in. Well, we love crossovers. So
Yeah.
it's been a joy to be on your show, and thank you for inviting me. This has been joyful. Thank you very much for having us.
All right, guys.
Well, have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk hopefully soon. And we'll send you some pics.
Nice. Love
it. We will definitely look at them. You are a lovely, lovely woman. No question about it.
Thank you. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Have a great night.
You so
Thank you
much.
again.
All right.
Peace.
Y'all
Bye.
too. Take care. Hey, bye-bye.
We want to hear from you. Email us at snowmilf@yahoo.com. That's SNOMILF@yahoo.com. You can also join us on our Discord and have some fun interactive conversations with us. The link is in the show notes. Talk to you soon.
I was adamant that I was not a cuck, and I didn't want to be a cuck.
That bitch is a cuck.
And fuck you. And so, but what I meant by that at the time.
It's time to hit record.
I already did. I hit record a long time ago.
You got to learn that you always got to start with record.
What, and again, we'll talk about.